All right.
Judge, you know me better than anything, Judge.
Yes.
You know me, Judge.
Yes. Good morning. You may be shocked at this, but Ms. Byers is not here yet, so stick with me for a minute.
Your Honor, also Clark wanted me to advise you that Cammie Becker is here for a white pigeon case.
All right.
So just
all right, Aaron, you've got a pretrial on Cammie Becker also. She is here, and I'm going to ask the staff to open the breakout room. So can somebody Laura, can you open the conference room? And we'll put Cammie Becker in there, and Ms. Gishwhite can talk to her at a pretrial. So stick with me, Aaron. You're here anyway, so let's take care of this next matter. Good morning, sir. Are you Gregory Dwayne Cuscard?
I am, in fact.
All right, this is Judge Middleton. I ask you to have me brought in by Zoom. You've got a disturbing the peace charge. The file number is 244950M. The Chief Public Defender, Mr. Keith Stickley, is here with us at the courthouse. City Attorney, Mr. Tim George, is here. This is a Three Rivers ordinance violation that alleges that you were a disorderly person or disturbed the peace in Three Rivers on March 22nd. You're currently in jail in lieu of a bond and a PPO violation case in front of Judge Pattison. Disturbing the peace is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Mr. George indicated he would simply recommend time served, which would be 3 days, if you plead to this charge of disturbing the peace. Are you willing to do that, Mr. Cuscard?
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
So this would be one count of disturbing the peace, which then will give y'all more probable cause and more reason for the PPO to stick, as well as I'm not sure if they're going to put a home invasion in this new rap. So I'm not absolutely sure right now.
All right. Hi.
Want me to send her into your courtroom?
No, I'd like you to put her in the breakout in the conference room.
In the conference room? Okay, I can do
The problem is someone's probably using it, but it's a pretrial with White Pigeon and she's here. And so we need to make her available to talk with Aaron.
And also Marissa Byers just called. She's running about 15
Oh,
minutes
she
away.
is?
Yes.
All right.
So you want me to put Cammie in the
Yes, please.
room?
All right. Sorry
Get
about
back
that.
with me after I hear from the other judge and the prosecutors to see if they're going to try to make a what is it called? A home invasion stick. Now, if they're gonna make that stick, I will not plead to any disturbing the peace. As well as you know, I can and will prove my innocence.
All right.
Judge, you know me better than anything, Judge.
Yes.
You know me, Judge.
Yes. All right, Mr. Cuscard, I'm going to recommend that you plead not guilty. And
thank you, sir.
Do you have an attorney in the PPO case?
It's supposed to be the gentleman sitting right there.
All right, the handsome guy?
Yeah, the boy guy.
Okay.
That must be Luke. Luke is so handsome.
Okay.
That helped me suffer, sir.
That kind of narrows it down. All right, Mr. Cuscard, I'm going to show you plead not guilty.
Yeah.
All right. Plead not guilty. Appoint an attorney. And set a pretrial conference. You're entitled to a PR bond after 28 days. I'm just going to give you a PR bond now.
But it doesn't matter because this PPO is gonna stick. So it doesn't matter if you give me a PO by, I mean, the OR by now.
I understand, but if the PPO gets lifted, I don't want this thing to hold you in custody. And there's logic in your reasoning here. This could affect your PPO violation.
I know, I understand that.
And you don't want to enter a plea to this and find out the prosecutor turns around and charges you with home invasion. So you want to make
There
sure
we
you got
go.
all.
My
So,
ducks lying in a row. Yes,
so it
sir.
makes
Sorry
sense
for
at this
interrupting.
point to plead not guilty, and we'll appoint an attorney and set an attorney pre-trial for May 3rd. I mean, yeah, May 3rd.
Oh, Your Honor, as well, I'm not sure how y'all make this work, but I also have a case because I'm finna be here until the 17th. So I also have a case down in Kalamazoo County, 3300 Eleanor Street, which I have to attend at 8:30 in the morning on the 15th of April. If we can make that happen as well. So y'all have to extradite me down there so I don't miss, so I don't get a warrant put out for my arrest.
Got you.
If we
I'm
can
not
make
sure,
that
I'm not
happen.
sure I can control that. You have an out date of April 17th?
Correct, but I gotta go to court April 15th.
All right.
Seems like all I'm trying to do is wipe these two counties out, and I'm leaving Michigan. Cause it don't matter if I go down to Three Rivers where I like, it don't matter if I go to Kalamazoo where my home at.
All right. Well, what's your charge
So-
in Kalamazoo County?
I would not like to speak about that.
All right. Well, I'll just leave it at that. All right. I don't know whether I can get you out of there by the 17th, but I know your concern.
Thank
All right.
you.
I'll get a lawyer for you and set this for the 3rd of May. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll talk to you again. All right. We're not on the record yet, but let me take a minute and explain just briefly what you're here for. This is an arraignment. The arraignment is the process where the judge tells you what you're charged with and asks you how you wish to plead to the charge. I think all three of the first cases, well, I guess a couple of them are drinking driving cases. These are misdemeanors. Everything here is punishable by up to a year in jail or less. At 8:30, we'll start dealing with some felony cases, but I'm going to ask you to come to the podium, give me the top copy of the advice of rights that was given to you by the bailiffs. And then I will tell you what you're charged with. For example, if you're charged with disturbing the peace, I'll tell you that it's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. Then I'm going to ask you how you plead to the charge. That's really what this is about. If you plead guilty to the charge, I'm going to ask you some questions to make sure that you are guilty and make sure you understand what you're doing. Normally, most cases result in a fine and cost. And as a rule, I'll give you time to pay your fines and costs unless you already owe me money. And I've got a little cheat sheet here of who owes me money. Now, if the matter is complicated, if it involves drinking and driving or domestic assault, and you enter a plea of guilty, I won't be able to sentence you today because I'm going to need more information. In a drinking driving case, I have to set it for something called screening and sentencing. Now, you have a right to plead guilty, but more importantly, you have an absolute right to plead not guilty. And I don't take any offense if you plead not guilty. Very often, I will simply recommend that you plead not guilty, and you can get an attorney. Either I can appoint one for you, and we'll set that up, or you can hire an attorney of your own choosing. Very often in the drinking driving cases, I simply recommend people get an attorney to assist them with this. So I'm kind of stalling a little bit. I'm waiting for the public defender to join us. And I'm waiting for the city attorney from Three Rivers to join us. But let's take a pretty simple one. Dick Rupert. This gentleman is Mr. Stickley. He is the chief public defender. And the Stickley Farms t-shirt was worn at the Eclipse. Several locations. Good morning, Mr. Rupert.
Good morning.
You're presently at Twin County.
Yes,
You're a Cass County guy?
yes,
Are you placed there from Cass County?
yes, sir.
Well, this charge is trespass. That's a very minor charge. In fact, I believe it, the maximum punishment is only 30 days rather than 90. There's not very many 30-day misdemeanors around anymore. And that's the maximum. Nobody gets 30 days for trespass, but let's take a look at this. How long have you been in the center?
I've been there 3 months and a week probably.
All right, so this would have happened while you were in the center.
Yeah,
That's not good. Well, let's take a look at it. I used to have a manila folder of every case. Now everything's online. And not online, in a computer electronic file. There it is. You got a ticket, looks like the hospital, 701 South Health Parkway at 10:37 at night. I wonder why you were out at 10:37 at night if you're in the center. Anyway, that's all I know about it, that you were trespassing and you got a ticket for it. You're already in the center. What are you in for?
I'm in there for probation violation.
From Cass County?
Yes, sir.
And you've been there, you say, for 3 months?
Yes, sir.
When's your out date?
It's June 6th or June 17th, I'm sorry.
And what was the original charge?
A dirty urine.
No, what were you sentenced by Judge Herman? What was the charge?
It was a methamphetamine charge, sir.
Okay, all right. So the question is, how do you plead to this trespass charge?
Well, sir, I'm plead guilty to it, but I was having a bunch of anxiety, and that's the case why I had got the trespassing, because I didn't know what I wasn't in the right state of mind. I was having problems at the center with some people bullying, and I just didn't know what to do. And
So did you walk from the center to the hospital?
no, they gave me a ride to the hospital because I have a heart ablation, and so I have speeding heart, and on top of that, I was having anxiety, and because of the bullying at the but they addressed that, and I'm doing well now, and not gonna let it happen to me again. I have a different way of going about that. The center.
Are you on any medication?
No, sir, I don't want to take any medicines because I don't, I just, the reason is because I don't want to be tired and not functional right. I learned to take deep breaths, and then whenever it bothers me, I can talk to my caseworker.
Are you working someplace?
I get disability.
Are you maintaining that while you're at the center?
Yeah.
Good. Normally, if you go to jail for more than 30 days, you can lose your disability. And that's an extrajudicial sanction that people like me have to take into consideration when we do a sentence. All right. So according to the report given to me by Mr. George, they told you they were done and they wanted you to leave, and then you wouldn't leave, and they called the police and you weren't cooperative, and did they actually arrest you, or did they?
They just took me back to the center.
All right, that's easier than taking you to jail. All right, did anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this,
No, sir.
or threat or promise you anything other than what I told you I was gonna give you a fine?
No, sir.
Do you have your advice of rights sheet with you?
Yes, I do right here.
All right. Anxiety isn't something you can just turn off like a switch. But when this happens, it endangers the hospital staff and other patients. And they were indulgent. They didn't take you to jail.
I ended up getting a probation violation for that in an extra 24 days.
Okay. From Judge Herman,
From the 12 days, yeah.
I'm gonna fine you $25, $75 crime victims' rights fee, and a $50 state minimum fee. That's $150. I give you some time to pay this. I'm gonna make it due by September 1st. You'll get out of jail, and I want you to pay this.
Okay,
You can pay it in installments.
thank you, sir.
You already got 24 days tacked onto your sentence. And you're under good supervision, and you're drug-free.
Yeah,
And we'll just call it good. Would you give that back to Tim? Give that to the lieutenant. All right, Mr. Rupert, you're good to go.
thank you.
Thank you, Tim. That was helpful. We're gonna do this guy first, and then this Byers seems to think that everything revolves around her. So she didn't show up when she was supposed to. Now she's late. We're trying to cram this into the middle of a bunch of other stuff at the inconvenience of a number of other people. And so we're gonna deal with our arraignment first, and then we'll cram her case in the middle of a busy Tuesday morning. Good morning, sir. This is Judge Middleton. I'm here in the courtroom, and I asked the jail staff to bring you up. I learned that you had gotten arrested last night. Your lawyer, Mr. Snobson. Okay, yeah, they told me that. When did you do that?
I did that last night immediately after being released from LaGrange County, sir.
All right, very good. This is file number 23234SM. It's a ticket. You got charged with indecent exposure and attempted illegal entry. You had Mr. Bush as your attorney, and there was a conflict, and he was released. And Mr. Luke Knopfinger was appointed as your lawyer, and he is here with me. I knew that you were in the LaGrange County Jail. This case has a long history. The original charge was that on April 6th of 2023, about a year ago, you made an indecent exposure of yourself in the city of Sturgis.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then they added 2 counts of attempted illegal entry, or illegal entry, which is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. You went to custody in LaGrange, and that's why you missed a number of your court dates. Well, are your LaGrange County charges done?
Yes, sir, they're handled.
Are you still living in Shipshawana?
No, sir, at best I've got like maybe a how address with an uncle.
All right, so you're sort of homeless?
Sort of. He told me I could stay there, but we thought it was best if I came and handled these warrants right away. They told me they were non-extraditable yesterday.
And that's good advice. You're here. You don't have to have this hanging over your head. When were you in LaGrange County Jail? From when to when?
From last May till yesterday, sir. About 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I was released from LaGrange County Jail. I had to walk a little bit.
You walked from LaGrange to here?
No, I managed to get a ride from my sister and my uncle Rick.
Very good. All right, if I let you out of jail, where are you gonna go? To how?
To how, yes, sir.
As a practical matter, you've done almost a year in jail already on this. The fact that you turned yourself in is good news. We need to get this resolved. Mr. Knopfinger, my inclination, you haven't had a chance to really meet with him, discuss this. I don't want to just leave him in jail until the attorney pretrial date of May 3rd.
Sure.
I'm inclined to give you a $500 PR bond and set attorney pretrial for May 3rd at 8:30.
Okay.
We need to get your
I probably won't
address
be able to
and
meet
contact number.
Yeah.
I don't want you
I
to
have
give it to
contact
me right
with
now.
Rick. Yep.
And he needs Luke Lofsinger contact information.
My uncle Rick's number is 260-336-3029.
Uncle Rico?
Rick.
Okay.
Richard Schrock.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna send Luke's information out to you. And then I'm gonna let you out of jail. I want you to call your lawyer and make an appointment to discuss this with him prior to May 3rd. You've been in jail for a year. The bench warrant's issued because you didn't appear, but you didn't appear because you were in jail. And you did the absolute right thing. You got out of jail, you came here, you got this taken care of. I'm gonna recall the bench warrant.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So I'm gonna get that information to you before he is released. All right, thank you, sir. I'll get that to you. You're released. Hopefully you got someplace to go.
I do.
All right, good luck, sir. Vote for Pedro. Good morning, Mr. Lee.
Good morning.
This is file number 24496 SD. People versus Michael Lee. Today's the 9th. Let me find this. You got a ticket in Three Rivers
Yes.
on March 24th, which is just a short while ago. Now, I'm not sure if this is right. In fact, it looks wrong. It says you live in D'Angelo, Michigan.
Yeah, when I was getting fingerprinted, I didn't.
Well, you live at the Thomas Street apartment, so you live in Three Rivers.
Yes.
All right, somebody just made a mistake.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got charged with operating while under the influence of intoxicating liquor. It says your blood alcohol was 0.161 at 2:48 in the morning on March 24th.
Yes.
That is one of our most common offenses. In fact, it's gotten more common. We have 3 or 4 today. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. They did not charge you with driving suspended, but it says that your license is canceled, maybe as a result of this. No. At any rate, this charge is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 6 points on your driving record and requires that your license be suspended. You have a prior drinking driving charge, but it's more than 7 years ago, so it doesn't turn this into a second offense. It could possibly make you eligible for sobriety court, but Mr. George, is there any offer here, or you simply think I should recommend counsel for him?
I think counsel makes the most sense, Your Honor. I don't have a report. We asked the yesterday to receive that. So I think you and counsel having a quick trial.
What do you do, Mr. Lee? Where do you work?
MTI in Three Rivers, Michigan.
Very good. How long you been there?
May 22nd will be my year anniversary.
All right. Well, that pays well. That's hard work.
Yes, it is.
All right. My recommendation and the public defenders and the city attorney is that you plead not guilty, and I appoint an attorney to help you with this.
Okay.
Is that agreeable with you?
Yes,
What shift are you on?
first.
So you're missing work right now?
Yes.
All right, I'll get you back to work. You got someone that drove you this morning, which is good, but you don't have a valid license?
I do not at the
All right,
moment.
well,
no.
don't drive anymore to make this worse. They didn't charge you with that, which is a secret blessing. Recommended plea not guilty. T. George, no report yet. Appoint an attorney and set attorney pretrial for the first Friday in May, which would be May 3rd. At 8:30. I apologize. You're gonna miss work again. I don't know anything other than what I read you from the face of the ticket. 2:48 a.m. US 131 and Broadway. We have a lot of accidents at that intersection. March 24th was a Saturday night into a Sunday morning. Jimmy Buffett says it's a fine line between Saturday night and Sunday morning. This was somewhere between Saturday night and Sunday morning. So I'm going to ask the bailiff to take you out to the court office. I'm going to give you a court-appointed attorney. I want you to call that attorney, make an appointment to discuss this with him prior to that May 3rd date. They'll get the police report. They'll be able to discuss the matter with the prosecutor and see if there's a plea offer. And figure out where we head next. All right, you're good to go. Good morning. Am I saying it right?
Pascal.
Pascal. I was in
Good
the
morning.
neighborhood. Good morning. I saw this ticket, and not a lot of people live on Highfield Road.
No,
Maybe-
there's only two of us.
Well, there's more. There's about 4 houses back there, isn't there?
3 right now.
3, yeah.
Two occupied, 1 building.
You know, that lot went for sale, a tax sale. I was surprised that you didn't buy it.
It was too much problems.
He was thinking about it.
Yeah,
I always thought that you'd probably end up with that, but
I probably should have now. It looks nice now.
well, let's talk about this, Mr. Paschal. You got this a little bit of a ticket differently than the last guy because your blood alcohol was higher. On February 29th, you got charged in a formal complaint alleging that you were driving a vehicle with a blood alcohol level in excess of 0.17. That's called operating with a high blood alcohol level. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 180 days in jail, 6 points on your driving record, fine of up to $700, community service, and that your license is suspended. Let me see what I know about this.
My license is suspended.
If you get convicted of this, it will be suspended. That's really all I know about it. My recommendation here is the same as the last one, that I appoint an attorney for you and set this for pretrial. Is that acceptable to you?
It is. Yeah, I'll plead not guilty. And yeah, like I was just actually asleep in my truck.
All right, well, don't say any more about it. We'll sort that out. That's common also. Asleep in your truck. It depends on the circumstances, when,
I
where.
understand.
Was the vehicle running? There's a whole body
I
of
know.
law about what it means to be operating a vehicle. What do you do, sir?
I own and operate a construction company in Indianapolis, and I'm trying to start another company here.
All right. Show you plead not guilty, or, do you want me to appoint a lawyer for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Appoint an attorney, set attorney pretrial.
I mean, I can always back out and get
You
my
can
own.
always hire your own.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
make sure you got one. So I'll set it for May 3rd at 8:30. I really don't know much about this. There's no affidavit, there's no bonding information. I just know that they allege your blood alcohol was over 1.7. This can't be charged. I'm not even sure where this allegedly happened.
It was at a Marathon gas station.
Marathon gas station in the city of Three Rivers. But this can't be charged under Three Rivers ordinance because it's punishable by more than 93 days in jail. So I'm going to send you out with a court officer. Same thing. They're going to give you some paperwork with your lawyer's name and number on it. I want you to call that lawyer, make an appointment to discuss this with them. And then we'll discuss it further here live at the courthouse on Friday, May 3rd at 8:30.
Sounds good.
All right, you're good to go.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Good morning, Miss Becker. Can you hear me?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning to you. You have a pretrial this morning in file number 24337 OT. It's a traffic matter from White Pigeon, no valid operator's license. One of the assistant prosecutors for the village of White Pigeon, Aaron Geschweit, is here. And I'm going to put the two of you in a breakout room so you can discuss this privately at pretrial. And then I'll see you in a couple minutes. All right.
Okay.
So let me get this set up. I'm not the most technically adept, but I do this every day. Mostly I do it right. All right. Click the button that says join. You guys can speak privately and I'll be here doing other stuff when you come back and see what you want me to do. Edward Bird Beckett. Good morning, sir. You Edward Roland Bird Beckett?
Yes, sir.
They charge you with operating while intoxicated. Let me look at this. It's charged kind of strangely. No, it's just operating while intoxicated, second offense. It's alleged that on or about March 22nd in the city of Three Rivers. The reason everybody's from Three Rivers today is this Tuesdays are the day we do Three Rivers arraignments. That you were on Constantine Road with a blood alcohol over the legal limit, and that you had a previous
That was a couple years ago in California.
in California, which makes it operating while intoxicated a second offense. That's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Requires your license be revoked. And my suggestion here would be that we get an attorney to assist you with this. Also, your blood alcohol, according to the ticket, was 0.26. This was on March 22nd, which was a Thursday. There are several red flags here. One, you have a very high blood alcohol level. Two, it's a Thursday night. Three, you have a previous conviction. I'm the judge that does sobriety court. I see somebody like you and my radar goes off as perhaps somebody that should be in sobriety court. If you get convicted of this, your driver's license is going to be revoked, meaning it'll be at least 5 years before you can get a new driver's license in the state of Michigan. If you participate in a certified treatment court program, you may be able to get a driver's license with an interlock device. So I don't know you, don't know much about you, but I think the safest course at this point would be to appoint an attorney to help you with this. Are you agreeable to that?
Yeah,
What do you do, sir?
plumber, union plumber,
How long you been in St. Joe County?
since like October.
Plan to stay here?
I do.
All right, well, then we'll explore sobriety court further. Appoint an attorney. Set attorney pretrial for May 3rd. We're gonna be busy.
May 3rd,
Yeah,
really?
what's wrong with that date?
It's my birthday.
All right, we'll have a
Sorry.
cupcake that morning.
I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, Your Honor.
All right, well, we'll have a cupcake that day and just one. Mr. Stickley will bring it. All right. I don't know enough about this, but you heard my concerns. High blood alcohol, middle of the week, second offense, leads me to believe there's more going on here. I don't know if you in treatment or you've done anything assessment wise or just what's going on, but
I will go over that with the lawyer.
and that's what we're getting you a lawyer for. All right, sir. Thank you for being here on time. All right. Would I speak to the esteemed Cammie Jean Becker, please? Good morning, Ms. Becker.
Good morning, Judge.
This is file 24337OT. Aaron Geschweit, the White Pigeon Village attorney, or one of them is here. This is a fairly low charge, no operator's license. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. Does carry 2 points. And Ms. Geschweit, what's the status here?
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I've made an offer to Ms. Becker that she is accepted. I will have her accept responsibility for speeding traffic, MCL 257.676B. I'll dismiss the misdemeanor, and that would be it.
All right, well, give me that number again.
257.676B.
All right, Ms. Becker, impeding traffic is about as low on the scale as it goes. It carries a $100 fine. It's a civil infraction, and it doesn't go on your driving record. So it won't affect your ability to get your license. Did you get your license back?
No, well, I've never had one, and I haven't been able to get my second car running. And so I'm still dealing with the one without a horn. So I haven't been able to go take my road test.
You got an unpaid seatbelt ticket from a number of years ago. That used to suspend your license. But we'll try to get that cleared up too. So are you willing to plead to the civil infraction of impeding traffic?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's a very generous offer.
It is.
What were you doing?
I was going home.
Stop driving.
Well, that's the thing is I'm allowed to drive. I have a temporary learner's permit.
Okay, did you have an adult in the car with you, another driver?
I thought so.
Oh, but that person didn't have a license?
Right. I was under the impression that they did.
Okay, I think that maybe that's what you told me before. In the old days, they would suspend your license for this unpaid traffic ticket.
Right.
But when you go into the SOS to get your license, they're gonna say, hey, it shows you owe $85 on this old seatbelt ticket. So you're gonna wanna clear that up.
Okay.
So offer is impede traffic. Are you working somewhere?
I was. Now I'm on unemployment.
Where were you?
I was working at Integrity back in Brain.
Yeah, you told me that too. You look good today, so
Thank you.
That's encouraging.
Yeah, I just moved into my own place and everything. Back in January, it's been about 2 months now.
All right, the impeding traffic is $100. The civil infractions are due within 30 days, so that's gonna be due by May 10. You also have to pay the seatbelt ticket.
I'll get it paid.
That's $85. So impede traffic is 2, 4, 3370T, that's $100 by May 9. The seat belt is 85. You're gonna have to get that paid anyway, you might as well pay it now. 19131100067. I don't know why civil infractions have so many numbers in them. Anyway, Ms. Becker, that is a sweet deal. It won't go on your driving record. It won't affect your ability to try to get your license when you do finally drive your Corvette for your driving test. And you're good to go. $185 by May 9.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.